My daddy's most important thing to him is and always will be his family, us kids and the kids after that, and his wife.
Can you tell me a little bit about your granddad?
He was really kind and generous, and me and him loved working on cars together and doing stuff like that. And
he never let us think that we weren't good enough or that we didn't have enough. We always had more or plenty, or we never thought we were less than we were.
He just was a good old boy. He lived in Indiana, and we didn't get to see him much because we lived in Kentucky. But I can remember him coming, when he lived in Kentucky, us going to his house and just hanging out some. And remember him coming and helped me on the farm. He helped me set my tobacco. He was just all around a good old boy.
He was a great person. He was a great uncle. He would do anything for you. I seen him quite often when he was younger, and then we kind of got separated by the Indiana thing, Kentucky thing, but I love coming up and seeing him. There was always plenty of stuff to do, plenty of memories.
He really was. I mean, he's a good man. I mean, he helped anybody out that needed help, and he's there for people. You know, if you needed it, he's there, you know.
There's been a few times where we got a little ridiculous, and one time Junior goes, Johnny, I bet you can't throw a golf ball through my window. I said, you mean one of these golf balls I can't throw through your window right there? He said, I bet you $100 you can't do it, John. Well, it took me, I said, I don't want to break your window, Junior. He says, $100, I can replace it cheaper than that, buy another one, brand new. So I thought about it. Well, if I can't put this golf ball through a window, I don't need to be throwing nothing. I threw that golf ball just like a baseball, hard as I could. It hit that curtain, and hit that window, busted the window out, but it wouldn't go through the curtain, and the ball fell on the inside of the house, and I lost my $100 to him. Then we turned around and played pool. He said, I'll tell you what, John, I'll give you a chance to get your $100 back. And I said, how's that? He said, let's play a game of pool, straight up on the 8 ball. And he says, go ahead and break them. And I made a ball, so I get another shot. I run the table on him. I mean, he didn't even get out of his chair. I run the table and put the 8 ball in the corner, and he paid him $100 back, and that was all was said. We had a good time.
And I would still always go down there and play pool with Junior and stuff. And one day he looked up at me and goes, you know, I was really hoping that you and Melinda would get married, and that way you could be my son-in-law. I was like, well, things just didn't work out at the time, Dad. You know, it's like years later, she asked me out, and we were married. And I was like, well, now I'm your son-in-law. It's like, I love him. I'm going to miss him big time.
And people think a paper route's nothing, you know, just good old boy paper route. We throw a couple papers and get your little $50. This wasn't your average paper route. This was big time, where you fill up the machines and you deliver to the bigger towns, bulk. And so Dad had built this from a couple home delivery papers. I believe there was 25 hand delivery papers that go in the mailboxes. Just on Saturday, my dad sat at his own table and put the weekender together. That means you take all the inserts and you put them inside of the newspapers. He had done 25 of those and then bagged them and tied them in knots and had them all ready to go for us. Because he wasn't a quitter. And he was a hard worker, and he wanted to show he's going to do his part no matter what. And 2 days later, you know.
when he bought me a four-wheeler, and it didn't really work that well, so we worked on it together, and then eventually it worked great, and I would always ride it like every day, and yeah. The best thing I learned about my grandpa was not to care about what people think and what people's opinions are on you. It doesn't matter what they think about you, it matters about what you think about yourself.